Dolphins camp, right?
Yeah.
And you met Mike?
Yeah.
What did you think? Because he's the same age that you were when you took over here.
I know. It's really amazing, and he's way more advanced and just understands like the picture and dynamics of building a team. I was really impressed. You know, our whole staff was impressed by the whole vibe up there. The working during training camp when we saw it, they were working really hard, and it was one of those South Florida hot days. But they had a lot of fun out there too. You know, so they're trying to get something accomplished, but doing it with a joy. I really enjoyed that day and came away impressed with him. You know, yes, he looks young. He feels like, you know, he fits right in, but his maturity and understanding of how to teach football it belies his years and how old he actually is.
He's innovative. You bring some of that here. He's also unconventional in his path a little bit.
Yeah.
Did you relate?
I did.
Yeah.
I did, for sure. Just even talking to him, the sports are different, but how you think, you know, I always find that really interesting in talking to people. And I tend to now, at this point in my career, learn more from people outside the industry. And we spend 8 months a year really studying our game, other coaches' philosophies, and then during the off season, you know, we're recapping everything ad nauseum. But you tend to look at things a little bit differently when you go outside our sport, and that's why I've enjoyed those kind of visits. And I was able to bring some of my staff with me as well, and we had a terrific day. And he was very gracious to give us, you know, a couple hours afterwards and just talk some shop, and you could kind of see how he just, in general, thinks differently. And that leads to innovation, you know, when you're questioning things and questioning the norm, and being open to new possibilities. It may be obvious, but because it's not what everybody else is doing, you know, we all tend to fall into that trap sometimes.
Final thing on this, what did he want to know from you?
I mean, I get that a lot of, you know, what it's like to coach teams that are ready, you know, and you know, to take that real step. That was probably a decent amount of the conversation. He was probably getting frustrated with us because every time it turned to us, we flipped it and we were asking more questions about, you know, what they do and how they got to that point. I mean, I understand like all the schematics of how they do it, but I love seeing the process. Okay, how did you start with this, and why did you think of it differently to get to that? And if the whole league is zigging and you may be zagging in different pockets, you know, how can that create a competitive advantage?